right, so we're going to start seated. So just take a comfortable seat anywhere on your mat. We'll start with easy pose position. So again, this is 45 minutes of a Vinyasa flow yoga and focusing on balance. And we'll do everything, but just, sun salutations and everything, but that's a little bit more of a focus today. All right, let me just get my time here. Okay. All right, so we're just going to start. If you'd like to close your eyes, you can. Let your shoulders come up and back, and just release any tension from the body. And relax back. Good. Try to take nice deep breaths in. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth on these breaths. Just in the beginning, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And let's do it a couple of times. And then throughout the rest of the class, you want to focus more on exhaling through the nose as well. Good. Letting all tension fall away from the body. So we can just focus on our practice today. All right. Now we'll take another inhale, reaching overhead. And as you exhale again, just release. Start to exhale through the nose. All right. Inhaling. And exhaling. One more, inhale, and exhale. All right, so we're going to start in child's pose. Let's go ahead into your child's pose. So if you have a block or a strap, that's good to have for today. All right, we're going to press back into child's pose, just releasing tension from the body. Now you might have to be a little wider on your knees. That's okay to start. Extending out through the fingertips, pressing back through your hips. And just keep pushing back. So spread out your fingertips. Inhale. Open up your rib cage a little bit. So as you inhale, breathing into the back. And then as you exhale, extend down and reach out just a little bit deeper. One more inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. If you need one more, go ahead. And then we're going to slowly come up onto hands and knees. So we're in our neutral spine, and that's just a nice straight line with the body. So you have a nice straight line with your torso. Spread out your fingers. Drop down the lower back. Inhale. And then as you exhale, round and open it up. Drop down. Inhale. And exhale, round. Just feel the body open up with each breath. Maybe you're starting a little bit smaller. It doesn't have to be a huge movement. So dropping down and then rounding up slowly. Look through the hands. As you exhale, start to look at your thighs. So dropping the head a little more. And you'll feel that deeper stretch in the upper back. Now one more. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to circle your hips back towards your heels. Good. Inhale, drop the elbows and lift up. So we're trying to match our breath with our movement in Vinyasa. We're going to exhale backward, inhaling, lifting up, and exhaling, rounding back. Inhaling, lifting, and exhaling back. And just feel that deep stretch. And you're starting to feel the spine warm up. It's really the muscles along the spine that are warming up. So we'll be able to do some deeper work as we get into the class. All right, we'll do one more. Take a breath. And exhale. Now coming into hands and knees, we're going to push our tailbone up, draw the abs in, and start to pedal back. So you're pedaling back. And then as you pedal back, you're going to think about drawing the abs in, tilting your hips up even more, just a little more. You're going to feel it in the hamstrings. Bring the head down between the arms. Ears are lined up with the biceps. Open out your hands. Try to push to your fingertips. So a lot of things are happening here. You're pushing to your fingertips. You're lifting your tailbone. Maybe stop pedaling. Keep lifting. Now watch out for this. You might notice your body's kind of rounding in the lower back. You're going to tilt. And it's okay if your knees bend, because you want to get that back straight. And then press your head down between the arms. If you're not fully straight yet with those hamstrings, with those legs, you're going to get there probably later in the class. So hold there, breathe, breathe. Good, all the way down. And then start to walk to the hands. So just walk to the hands and let your body hang down, relaxing forward. So you'll shake out the head, forward and back. If you need back support, you can always place your hands on your thighs. And then side to side, relax. Good, now look through your hands flat back. So maybe you're placing your hands on your shins here. And then round up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. We'll take a deep breath in, reaching overhead. And then we'll lift up through your sternum. So you're noticing you're lifting through the chest, opening it up. And then breathe, lift it straight up again, coming into chair pose. So you're coming into your chair. So you notice my knees are a little apart. That's okay in the beginning. If you want to add intensity, you can bring them together to modify your here. As you get a little bit more warmed up, you can go deeper. Take a breath, lengthen forward and float out, leaning a little bit onto the ball of the foot. So you're leaning, and then push your shoulders back so that your neck is long. Take a breath, and we'll sit back again. Sit back, back into the heels now. Take a breath, forward, now toward the front of your foot. So now you're leaning forward a little bit. Take a breath. This is going to help us with our balance. So as we come back into the heels, as we come forward into the ball of the foot, think about how your body has to make up for that when you're balancing in those positions. You're using your core, using all the muscles along the legs. Coming out into that straight one. One more time. Press and then sit back again into chair. Maybe walk your feet closer if you can. Extending out through the fingertips. Now watch out for your shoulders. Pull them down, pull them down. Draw the abs in. Go deeper if you can. If not, you're up here. That's okay. Breathe. And then we're going to come up onto the toes. So we're balancing onto the toes. Find a focal point in front of you. So look in front of you anywhere you can. Find that focal point. And bring your arms down if you'd like. And then pull up your heels as you bend down. So you're pulling up your heels. You're dropping your shoulders. You're getting deeper into that stretch. Breathe. Good. Hold there. Keep holding. And relax into mountain pose. So just hold your mountain for a moment. Take a breath. Let it all go. Inhale, reach up. Same thing. We're going to lift up through those arms. Drop your shoulders down and pull up your heels. So if you're pulling up your heels and pulling down your shoulders, you're kind of connecting your shoulders towards your heels. So you're pulling down and then pulling up with the feet. Take a breath. Good. One more time. Inhale, reach up, and then come down again. Go deeper. Good. Pull those shoulders down. Pull up those heels. Feeling that in the legs. Feeling that in the core. Breathe and relax. Drop your chin to your chest. We'll do a little roll with the head side to side. Feel that relaxation in the neck and shoulders. And again, we're still warming up, so don't feel like you have to go deep yet. Good. And then come back to the middle. So from the top of your mat, we'll take another inhale. So inhale, reaching overhead, and then open it back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dive forward. Look through the hands. Inhale, exhale, walk or jump back to plank. So if you're more advanced, you can jump. All right, if you want to modify, drop your knees. Otherwise, come down, chaturanga full into Cobra. Don't go too deep now. Pull your shoulders back. Use the muscles in the upper back. Engage those muscles. Good. Draw the abs in. If you need to be on the knees, that's okay. Now, I showed more of a modified version. I'm going to go a little bit into that deeper version. So you try it without dropping the knees. Lifting into a Cobra. Maybe a little bit higher, but pull those shoulders down. Draw the abs in. Maybe don't put the knees down. All right, next one. Maybe you want to make it even more challenging. You're going to try up dog. But again, optional. Do a Cobra if you'd like. Lift. Shoulders back. Good. Pull back. And one more time, whichever one you'd like to do. I'm going to try a high Cobra. Pull up. Bring it up. Open back. And then draw it in, coming into down dog all the way. So you're in your down dog again. Now, again, you might still have to bend your knees a little bit here. That's okay. Drop your head down. Bring your right leg up, pointing through that right toe. So bring it up. Take a breath. Kick through to the hands. Now, some people don't make it all the way through. Just pull it through. All right. Drop it down. lift, open it back. Now start to maybe point your fingers out if you can. If not, this is fine. And we're gonna open the chest, spread out your toes, push forward into the hip. And then maybe you wanna glance upwards. So you're down with those arms, pulling down, opening your chest. Release down into down dog. All the way, push back. Breathe, spread out those fingertips. Press your tailbone up, kick your left leg up. Hold, draw the abs in, breathe. Remember, your right knee can be a little bent, that's okay. Take a breath, draw the abs in as you kick through. Try to get that leg through. Drop the knee. Good. If you don't get the leg all the way through, it's okay. You're building up. And then open up. Again, you can point through those fingers if you want to go deeper. And then open the chest. Maybe push into that hip more if you're feeling it. See how you feel. Good. And release. Down dog. Good. So we're holding here. Push the shoulders back. Take a breath. Jump or walk to the hands. So if you're ready to jump, just land softly. You know, if you're more advanced, you can even do that even better. But down, down, all the way. Maybe reach your ankles here if you're feeling it. Feeling that little balance once you let go of the floor and you hold onto your ankles. Now look up through the hands and then round slowly up. All the way, all the way. Take a breath overhead. And then lift and open it back. So you're focusing on the sternum lifting. You have a little bit of a bend here, but it's mostly the upper arms that are stretching back. It's not really a back bend yet. Inhale, interlace your hands. All right, feet together if you can. Wide leg positions more is modified. So we're going to go ahead and come to the side. Now I'm going to tip to the side. I'm just glancing toward the ceiling if you'd like. Keep pushing down. We're going to make that one a little bit lighter. We're going to come back to it. Drop the shoulders. Down. Go down. And then look to the ceiling maybe. And then go ahead and come back. Now I'm going to go a little deeper this time. I'm going to come down. And then as I come down, I'm going to push that opposite hip. So if I'm leaning to the right, I'm pushing my left hip. Keep pressing, keep pressing. Maybe take that hand and pull over a little more. Get a deeper stretch if you'd like. Come back. Inhale. Exhale to the other side. And then again, you're pushing that opposite hip out. I'm going to take this bottom hand. I'm going to stretch even more, even deeper. If you're ready for that, come up and mountain pose. Separate the legs. Drop the chin. Again, roll the head to side to side. Really release. Notice if you have tension in your upper body, your neck. Try to breathe into those areas. Good. So we're going to come back to the center. So you're at the top of your mat. We'll take a deep breath in, reaching overhead. Inhale, and then open back. Lift, and then exhale, dive forward. Dive down, relax down. Look through the hands and jump or walk back to plank. So if you want to jump back into a plank, that's optional. And we're going to hold this high plank here. We're nice and high. Now, if this is too challenging, drop your knees. Otherwise, we're going to tap it out. So tapping out, keep your hips and shoulders about the same level, not too low with those hips. Watch the arch of the back. Keep tapping out. Squeeze your hip. Breathe, focusing on a little bit of strength. Core work. One more each side. 2, 1. Okay, now lower down into a cobra. So lower down and then lift into cobra. See how high you feel comfortable going. Pull the shoulders back. Good. If you want more challenge, you can walk your feet a little closer. And then lift back into down dog. All the way. So we're going to take our left leg, kick it all the way up. Breathe into it. All right, left leg. And then kick all the way through to the hands. So drop down your right heel and lift into warrior 1. Take your time. Warrior 1. Drop your shoulders. This is modified. To intensify the challenge, lean back. All right, go a little deeper if you can. Maybe you can get 90 degrees. If you're warm, press into that back heel. So your foot can be anywhere from sideways to a more straight position if you're feeling your calf is ready for that stretch. Good. Now take a breath and open it out to warrior two. So bending down to that front knee. Now a couple things, just watch out for kind of your arms dropping, especially that back arm. So you're going to go ahead and open, palms up, and then bend your knees, bend your arms, and then stretch it out even deeper into that stretch. Reach to those fingertips, and then see if you can bend down to that front knee. Engage that right glute. Take a breath, a lateral stretch, slide down the back leg. Keep dropping that right shoulder. Keep dropping it down. And then lift back up. Inhale, tip to the side, and then open it up this way. So reaching across. And if you want to go deeper, if you're ready, you can come down to the floor. You can even come behind your legs. Some people like to go behind. All right? But this is fine. You're staying on the knee. And then we're going to come back up. Take a breath. And we're going to turn to the center. So we're facing forward here. And go ahead and just relax down. Now, if you need a block here, go ahead and take your block. Put it under your hands. We're going to relax down all the way. Let your head drop. Lean forward. Maybe reach for your ankles here. It's okay to have a soft knee. Just let the head drop down. Now, if you're more advanced, I'd actually have you bring your feet a little closer. That's going to give you a better hamstring stretch. Take a breath and then swing over to one side. Just relax down to the side here, breathing into it. Notice where you feel tension. Breathe into those areas of the body. And to the other side. Swing it over, release down and back. Good. Feel that stretch. And then we're going to come back to the middle, and we're going to walk to the inside. So if you're modifying, you can stay up here. If you want to get deeper, come down here. You could use your block here. All right, so we're going to come down inside that knee. Now I'm going to use this part of my arm, and I'm going to push inside the knee. And then my little toe on this foot is pressing down. Now I'm going to try to lean forward a little bit here. Breathe. Get into that stretch. I'm getting that inside thigh all the way down. All right, switch to the other side. You're coming to the other side. Again, this is fine. Maybe you're on the block. If you're inside that knee, you're going to come down deeper. Try to get your hips down and then bring your chest down as well. Get nice and low. Push inside that knee. Little toe is down the other leg on the straight leg. All right, coming back. Coming down. All right, now we're going to go ahead and turn your heels in. And you can, if you're going to be up here, then you can keep them wide. If you want to make it a little bit deeper, get your feet a little bit closer in, about 1.5 feet together, 18 inches apart or so. And we're going to get down inside those knees. Good. Now we're going to stay here, push out, and then we're going to come up onto the toes. Really spread out those toes at the same time pushing into the knees. So again, you can do this modified. You can be here. All right? Feel what feels good for you. And each day could be different. Maybe you're a little bit more flexible today. Maybe you feel a little more stiff. So just kind of listen to your body. Okay. So from here, push a little bit out more. Get a little bit deeper if you can. And then we're going to push your heels down. You're going to have to put your hands down maybe. And we're going to lift up, take a breath. And I'm going to take it out a little wider. And then come down into a prayer hand. Maybe go as low as 90, or you can keep it a little bit more shallow. You're going to take a nice inhale and then exhale down. So take a deep breath and then exhale down. Good. Deep breaths in, exhale. Now, if you notice from the side view, it looks like a squat. So it's not like maybe I said plie, it's not like this, all right? You're up and you're leaning into it. These are our sunflowers. And this is going to take us into our temple pose. So one more time, and we're going to come down, hold it here, pulse it 4, good, and then reach out. Now, I want you to pull it back. Now I'd like you to pull it back a little bit. So you're opening up your knees, you're stacking up a little bit, goddess pose, all the way down, maybe pulse, breathe, get down a little bit more if you can, hold it, pull back. Feel those thighs working. Stretch through those arms. Relax your shoulders though. Deep breath in. Come down. Good. And then we'll stretch it up all the way. Nice job. So we're going to take a breath in. Come down into prayer. And I'm going to have you put your left foot, or this side foot to the side, and then this foot toward me, toward the front. We're going to reach it out. Going into triangle. If you have to slightly bend this knee, it's okay. So take a breath. You're going to come down. Now to use a block in triangle, you're going to be here. Okay, and that's great. Now think about bringing your ear lined up over your ankle. So careful that you're not leaning all the way over here. You want to pull back. So maybe you have to come up a little bit. Then take a little bit of time to come down into that stretch. Good. Keep working. Maybe look up. Take a breath all the way, and then we're going to pivot. Same thing on the other side. Get the same distance apart. And you might notice you have a challenge on one side more than the other. Come down. You can use your block here. So again, I'm not really super high, super low yet. I'm going to start to work my way down with my breath. Take a breath, maybe reach, come down, reach, come down, feeling the muscles wake up. And the other thing you can think about is your thighs. So the inner thighs working toward each other. So everything pulling together and then drawing the abs in. Give you that nice strong base. And then releasing. Try not to kind of tense the shoulders too much. Breathe. Open. And then we'll come back in to the center. All right, take a breath. And down. Good, okay. So we're going to go ahead into Warrior 2 on this side now. So you're in Warrior 2. So you switch sides. So now, so if you had your right leg back before your left leg is back, get down to that deeper pose, palms up, reaching through the fingertips. Open it up, get deeper. All right, relax your shoulders. Press through those hands. Spread out your toes. Get a little bit more weight on that back foot. If you notice you always lean like this, pull it back. Now lateral stretch. Come down the back leg. Relax this back arm. Keep going. Breathe. Keep going back. Engage that back leg glute. Coming back in. Inhale. And then tipping to the front. So bring that arm over. Try to keep it over the leg so you're not leaning like this. And again, if you want to reach down and go deeper, you can. We're almost done with our really warm-up series. So you're probably pretty warm at this point. Good. And then we're going to go ahead, coming back up. And then we're going to scoop into a Warrior 1. That's a little clunky. That's okay. Drop down your shoulders, draw the abs in. Maybe you deepen, pressing back. Open. Good. Keep deepening into that stretch. Again, you don't have to go this deep. Take a breath. Come down into plank. Nice and long. Oops. Nice and tall with that plank. Really hold. All right, chaturanga down. Inhale to cobra or up dog if you're feeling it. Breathe, open, open, open. And then come back into child's pose. If you want to do a down dog here, you could. But I'm going to have you just do child's pose for a moment. We're about to get into our balance work. So just hold there. Really release yourself down. If you're tight, you can always put the block underneath your head here. It's optional. Good. Now hold that child's pose just for a moment. So we're going to have our strap nearby for the next portion. Again, keep child's pose for a moment, just relaxing. Just letting you know we're going to be doing our balance. So you'll need a wall to be near a wall. Well, you might not need it, but it's good to have it just in case. And your strap. All right, so we'll come back. If you come out of your child's pose, come back. And just take a breath. Breathe and release. This next part is, going to be a little bit intense. We're going to do a lot of movement, a lot of balance and strength. So take breaks whenever you need them. So breathe into it. Good, relax. And then coming up, hands and knees. So say we'll do about 10 minutes of this like more intense flow, use and also balance. And then we'll cool down. So about, we have about 20 minutes left. Circle back. And then we're going to lift up through the chest and circle back. Lift up. And back. All right. Down dog. And we're going to pedal. So pedaling it back here. Draw the abs in. Let your shoulders come down your back. Just keep breathing. And remember, try not to, I notice myself even rounding in the lower back here. So I'm going to tilt my hips a little bit more up here. And then press both heels down. Take a breath, jump or walk to the hands. And then relax forward, hanging down. Inhale, look up, exhale, round. Slowly, all the way overhead. And then we'll take a nice deep breath. And relaxing into mountain. Okay, so we'll start with a little bit of a lighter one. We'll do our tree. So lots of options in tree. You can, you don't need a block or anything. If you're very new, you might want to stand next to a wall or even against a wall. If you're very new, you can start with your foot here. So this is beginner. If you're more advanced, you can come up the leg. Just don't push into your knee joint. And we're going to press. If you want to be up there, that's fine. Anywhere on your leg. All right, starting in tree. So you're going to find a focal point that you can look at. So I don't know if you can see them. I don't think you can see them, but I have these the chandelier hanging, so I can kind of look at those lights and focus on my balance. Good. Now we're going to slowly start to lift up. Now as you lift up, also think about the lower body. I'm noticing that I'm sinking a little, so I'm going to lift up, use my abdominals, pull up, lift up out of the floor, reach up through the fingertips. So you don't want, even though you're pushing that foot into your thigh, you don't want to push so much that you're pushing this hip out to the side. Coming up, coming up. This is a harder one, being in the center like this. Now relax out to the sides. Here, go ahead and just maybe move your wrists, move your hands. And again, if this is too challenging, put your foot closer to the floor. That's going to be easier. Take a breath, pull your elbows back. And then as you exhale, bring it together. And we'll see if we can just hold here for another breath. Good. And release. All right, so nothing too fancy. We're just getting used to the balance. We're getting used to our body having to be on one foot. So a little balance, side to side movement. Okay, next one on the other side. So anywhere you like, hold that foot up. Good. Find your balance. Keep your eyes at that one point in front. That's your drishti. And just relax. A little bit more of a focus on the facial muscles and the upper body here. So you already know pulling this lower body up. Begin to reach through the fingertips. Take a breath as you're coming up. Getting nice and tall. Good. Holding there. Good. Standing tall. And then relaxing out to the sides. Good. Just relaxing. Maybe you want to move your wrists. Sometimes I like to release my wrists or my arms. Feel the shoulders relaxing. And then just slowly inhale, coming down. And then exhale to the center. Draw the abs in, and then we'll hold here for one more breath. Good. And okay. The next one's a little bit more challenging. You don't need any strap again for this one, but you might want to stand near a wall just so that if you need to hold onto the wall. So we're going to start with our knee up. So I'm going to start with the same leg that you started with on the other side. That was up. Good. So I'm going to bring the leg up. And if you can use both hands, squeeze both hands in and just really pull up inside. So you're really working inside that hip there. And then if you'd like, pull a little bit open. So I pulled over to the side toward my shoulder. Maybe reach your other hand up here. Hold there. Okay, coming back to the center. Now if you need to tap down, that's okay. You're going to pull your leg back here. All right, take a breath. And we're coming into our dancer stretch. So I'm going to do something a little different today with dancers. So we're going to start here. Okay, then I'm going to have you come back up, squeeze your thighs together, inhale, and then exhale, kick back again. Good. You're going to inhale. Again, you can use a wall, and exhale. Let's go ahead. See if you can hold this one even deeper. Keep your eyes at one point in front. Keep pressing down. Reach and kick that leg back. Don't forget to power back with that leg. And just inhale, lift, and relax. Okay, so that was a long time on that balance. So if you need a little bit more of a break in between, that's fine. You don't have to hold the whole thing. So now, other side. So again, that's why I recommended being next to the wall. Bring your other leg up. Maybe if you can use two hands, you can get a little higher. This is going to open up those hips and give you more range of motion when you kick back into that dancer. So see if it helps you. And then open it out to the side, inside the shoulder here. Maybe you want to bring the other arm out. Open. Just breathe. Bring it back. And then if you need to tap down, that's okay. You're going to bring your hand behind you. Take a breath. You're going to kick back on the exhale. On the exhale. Okay, inhale. Squeeze your thighs together. Exhale, kick down. Feel that opening. And then one more time, take a breath, lift. Oh, this is a hard one. And come down, hold your dancer, kick back, power back, point that toe up, breathe. You got it, take a breath, inhale, and relax. Great job. So we're starting to move a little bit more now. Our next one is a really good challenge as far as a flow. All right, so we're going to start, and you can start at the top of your mat. We're going to take a deep breath in, feet together, and as you exhale, come up, open your chest, inhale, and then come down into chair pose. You're in your chair. Walk your feet close together. Good. Now, I'm going to have you go ahead and step back your right leg into a high lunge, crescent lunge, so your heel is up. Good. Take another breath, and we're going to come forward into warrior three. So you could be here. This is a modified warrior three. You could try to get down. If you're more advanced, you can bring your arms overhead. Okay? And then step back again. All right, step back, and then come down. All right, back into your prayer chair position. And then we're going to do the other side. Take a breath, step back. So you're in a high lunge, get a little deeper. Warrior three, take a breath, exhale forward. Go as deep as you feel comfortable. Remember that back leg is coming up as you lean. Maybe you're going to lean forward, take a breath, bring it back to crescent, chair. One more time. Take a breath, step the right leg back. Inhale, as you exhale, come into your warrior three. Hips are squared forward. Maybe you want to reach overhead. Take a breath, step back, and chair. One more time, other side. Nice challenge here. You can even do more of these if you'd like. If you like this one. Come down, warrior three. Go as deep as you feel comfortable. Maybe you're reaching overhead. Take a breath, step back, chair. Nice job. Okay, while we're here, stay here. We'll twist over to the side. Press your hips down. Press your palms together. Long neck, look over that shoulder. If you want, you can open. Center. Other side, get down a little deeper. Breathe. Push those hips down, squeeze your thighs together. Press your palms in. And again, possibly open if you like. Breathe into it. Good. Coming back. All right, and then walk your hands underneath your feet if you can. If not, right here. And then we're going to round your body up, round your arm, open, lift. And then pull yourself down a little bit with your arms. And then again, rounding up. One more time. Good. Flat back, look up. And then we're going to go ahead and walk it out into a nice plank. Stretch it out. Nice and long. Breathe. Great job. Okay, chaturanga into a nice cobra here. Lift up, pull your shoulders back, press your feet down, and then come back into our child's pose. So relax. Okay, I've got one more for you. So just stay in child's pose for a moment. One more really fun balance series. So have your block. You might want to use a wall for this. And then we'll get to the floor for we're almost done. So this one's really fun, but I'll give modifications if you're more beginner. Okay, you might not even need a block, but just have it there. So from here, if you're in child's pose, back to hands and knees, inhale into cow, exhale to cat, open it up, and then down dog, push back all the way, lift, put your head down, breathe, take your right leg up, inhale, maybe open up your knees to get a little hip opener there, good, and then kick through to the hands. And then we're going to drop down your back heel, slowly lifting up into warrior one. Okay, now we're going to straighten out the front leg. Now go ahead and bring your hands behind your back. Now what I want you to do is step your front foot back a little bit more, slide it up a little more. You don't want to be as wide as a warrior one. So notice the back foot is slightly angled, my front foot is straight, pulling your arms back, maybe pointing the finger. All right, a little more instructional on the first one, and then the second one, be a little bit more flowy. Open, open, look up, squeeze your back. Now open up. Now if you need a wall for this, go closer to the wall, reach up through the hands, and we're going to come forward. So you might have to bend your front knee, that's okay. But you want to go as low as you can without rounding your back. You want to have a straight line to your back, and then stretch out your arms. My hands are like that, pointing. Now this is where the block will come in handy if you're going to use it. You're going to place it about a foot or two, or a foot and a half in front of your foot. All right, so you're going to keep stretching toward the block or toward the floor, and then go ahead and pop onto the block or the floor in front of you if you don't need the block, and get that back leg up. All right, so go ahead there, back leg up, and then turn out your back foot. Now if you're on a wall here, go ahead and put your whole body against the wall, so your leg and your hip. All right, that's going to be modified. So you want your hands just underneath your shoulder and in line with your small toe. Now to add intensity, you're going to come up into your half moon. So any version of half moon that you'd like. Good. Keep holding. Breathe. Maybe up here. Now, I'm going to add this last one as an option. Bending your back knee. If you want to reach for that back leg. Again, this is a little bit more challenging. Try to relax your shoulders. Try to keep your core engaged. And then reach it back out, down. Okay, drop your foot. And then just relax down all the way. Let it go. Look through the hands. Inhale, round it up slowly. We'll take a breath overhead. Open back. Reach up. And just come into mountain again. So you can stay where you are, but if you're going to use a wall, you'll have to turn around. So I'm going to turn around. Same thing. So my block is on this side. Same idea. Okay? Now, we're going to take a breath, reaching up all the way open. Inhale, dive forward. Good. Okay, look through the hands. Walk or jump to plank. Chaturanga down. Lift into cobra or up dog. Push into down dog all the way back. All right, press. Good. Left leg opens this time. Breathe into it. Bend the knee. Shoulders down the back. Kick through to the hands. Drop down your heel like you're doing a warrior one. But we're going to slide, okay? So we're going to come up, straighten that front leg. Bring your hands behind you and slide up a little bit. So just sliding. So my front foot is straight and my back foot is a little angled out. And I'm going to pull, open, open, pull back. So you're sort of straight from here to here, you're straight, and then you're opening up through your chest. Look up, reaching overhead, and then point up through those fingers, lift tall, and then come forward. Remember, your back stays straight, your back stays straight. If you need to bend the front knee, that's okay. Press your feet into the floor, and then once you can't go anymore, you're going to drop your arms. So they're angled toward the mat or toward your block. Press it out. Breathe. If you can, push this left hip under you even more to straighten out the hips. Okay, take a breath, and then when you're ready, hop forward. Take your time, because you want to pull here for a little bit. Get that back leg up, turn it out to the side. And then you can stay here if you want to just stay here. You want to have your hands underneath your shoulders. Your hand that's near your foot is kind of near the line of the little toe. And when you're ready, you can start to bring it up. Open. Breathe. Good. Maybe all the way. It's a tough one for me. This side is harder for me. So maybe you have the same thing. Now keep holding up. You want to add that little bend behind you. Get that extra stretch there. Good. Try to keep the core working so you're not putting so much weight on the hand. Reach it out. And then relax your arms, then your legs. Then you're hanging forward. Let it all go. Close your block. Good. Look up through the hands, round up. Whew. All right. Wow. That was great. We only have a few more minutes for some floor work. Take a breath. Come into prayer. Lots of balance today. All right. So we're going to take you to the floor. So you're just going to sit right down. You can cross and sit down if you'd like. If you'd like to sit on a block, you can. If you need your strap, we didn't really need a strap today, but I'll use it for the arms if you need to. Okay, so we're going to start with our arms reaching up, and then maybe reach here, do a little stretch each side, other side, and then you can go ahead, if you need a strap for this one, take the strap and then drop it down, and then reach behind for the strap, so it looks like this. Or you can grab your fingers if you can reach your fingers. Good, holding there. Breathe. Relax. And then switch sides. I'm just going to switch hands here. We didn't do a ton of upper body, so it's just a nice stretch here, but most of the work today was abs and legs. On upper body, on lower body a little bit more. Good. All right. And now we're going to go ahead and bring our legs into our cobbler position. So reaching from underneath your feet here, push down, open up your hips. Relax down, breathe. Keep working down. And then we'll go ahead and we'll bring one leg out. So just one leg out and take a breath. And you can either have your hand here, or if you're feeling a little more flexible, you can bring that arm down in front and then just go all the way as far as you can go. Take a breath. Other side. Relax. And then we're going to come down. So again, it can be here, or maybe here. And reach down as far as you can. And back. Okay, so we're just going to lie back. We've got, like 3 minutes left. So we're going to lie back, just do it. And if you want to stay longer and do your Shavasana, you can. So just, hang out. I'm not going to really do a Shavasana because I want to finish this in 45 minutes. So if you have a block, you can put it between the knees. We're going to go ahead and lie back. All right, you don't have to use a block at all. It's just an option. Walk your feet a little closer and then lift up your hips. So you're in your bridge. If you can, walk your feet in a little bit more and then reach up with those hips. Go even higher And then try to come underneath the body, interlace, and just stack your shoulders. And keep pushing up. Keep going. A little bit higher. Good. Push into your heels. And relax down. Okay, and you can put the block away. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. A little massage on the lower back. And then reach your ankles in. Open. Pull your shoulders back. Press your feet together. Breathe. And then we're going to bring your hands on the bottom of your feet. Now, if I was going to do one more pose series, I would do pigeon right now. But again, I want to keep the class to 45 minutes. So if you want to add that in at the end, you know, add your pigeon. I kind of like to do it almost every single time. But, you know, that's just my preference. Go ahead and just a little rock in your happy baby. Then we're going to bring the right knee into the chest. Bring it all the way in. Let your left leg go heavy. Relax down. And then bring it across. And if you have space, take the opposite arm and just stretch it out. Just release. Breathe. Take this time to cool down and take slower breaths. And then switch sides. So we'll squeeze in. Bring your right leg out. And then we'll go ahead. Pull it all the way in, all the way in. And then come across. And remember, if you have space, again, bring this opposite arm out to the side. Breathe all the way down, down, down. Take your breath here. Don't stop. Even a little deeper if you can. And come back to the center. And then we're going to go ahead and roll it up. So again, you can do a couple more stretches if you'd like. We're going to take a nice inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, relax. We're going to take in positive energy. Release tension or fatigue from the body. And then again, inhale. Palms in. Exhale to the heart center. Namaste. Thank you so much.